Have you ever noticed that as the years pass, you don't visit people as much as you once did? Maybe there was a time when you were the kind of person who made the rounds, dropping in on friends, showing up for every gathering, and keeping your social calendar full. But at some point, something changes. You begin to hesitate before heading out, and those casual visits no longer seem as necessary as they once were. And the truth is, that's perfectly fine. In this video, I'll share 6 real reasons why I've stopped making regular visits. These reasons have nothing to do with becoming antisocial or cutting people off. They're about understanding how our priorities shift, how relationships naturally change, and why it's more important than ever to choose where and with whom we spend our time. If you've ever felt this way but struggled to explain it, keep watching. This might help you put it into words. Stay until the end, because these points could change how you view yourself and your relationships, helping you feel more confident about the choices you make. Let's begin. Number 1. Reserving your energy for meaningful interactions. As we grow older, we realize our energy is not endless. Things that once felt easy, like driving across the city, engaging in long conversations, or attending every social event, now demand more effort. It's not that you don't want to see people anymore, but you become more careful about where you invest your time and energy. You start asking yourself, who are the people that truly matter? In our younger years, we socialized to stay connected, to maintain a wide circle of acquaintances, and to feel involved. But as time passes, our focus shifts. Quality starts to matter far more than quantity. It stops being about seeing everyone and becomes about spending time with those who lift your spirits, make you feel at ease, and add real joy to your life. Those casual drop-ins that once seemed important now feel like a drain on your limited energy, especially when that time could be spent nurturing relationships that truly mean something. Think about how many times you've gone somewhere out of a sense of duty, only to come home feeling tired and drained. You sit through conversations that don't inspire you, spend time with people who don't really know you, and return wishing you had stayed home. Eventually, you learn your time is precious, and not everyone deserves a share of it. Take Frank, for example. He once felt guilty declining invitations, afraid people would think he didn't care. But he realized the ones who truly valued him didn't need frequent visits to keep the bond strong. So he focused on deeper, more genuine connections. Socializing stopped feeling like an obligation and became something to enjoy. This isn't about withdrawing from the world. It's about making wise choices. You don't have to be everywhere or see everyone to show that you care. Real relationships aren't built on constant presence. They're built on mutual respect, appreciation, and understanding of each other's time. Number 2. Steering clear of unnecessary drama and stress. One of the biggest lessons age teaches us is that not every interaction is worth sacrificing your peace. In the past, you might have put up with gossip, pointless arguments, or people who brought more negativity than happiness. But with time, you learn that protecting your peace matters more than keeping every relationship alive. It's not about caring less for people. It's about having no patience for conflict that serves no purpose. You no longer feel the need to debate over trivial matters, revisit old grudges, or sit through conversations that leave you upset. If a visit means dealing with tension, whether it's family friction, passive-aggressive comments, or the same repetitive disagreements, you begin to wonder, why am I putting myself through this? Think about moments when you've left a gathering feeling emotionally exhausted. Maybe you sat through an evening of endless complaints, or visited someone only to hear constant criticism and gossip. With age, you understand that time spent in such draining environments is time you'll never get back. At this stage of life, every moment counts. Helen's story is a good example. She regularly visited certain relatives, even though it always left her drained. There was always tension, some argument waiting to spark, or a general sense of being unappreciated. One day, she decided to stop putting herself in those situations. Instead, she gave her time to people who made her feel valued and welcomed. For the first time in years, socializing became enjoyable again. The truth is, you have every right to guard your time and energy. You owe no one your presence if it costs you your happiness. Avoiding unnecessary stress isn't being impolite, it's being wise. Those who truly care won't demand you endure negativity just to keep the relationship alive. If you're still here watching, comment number 2. below to let me know you're with me. And if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss future videos. Your support helps us bring you more thoughtful and inspiring content. Now let's continue. Number 3. Finding comfort in familiar surroundings. There's something about being home that simply feels right. Over the years, you shape your space into one that reflects you. A place where you can relax, think, and just be yourself. As you age, that sense of comfort becomes more valuable than ever. The thought of getting ready, driving across town, making small talk, and sitting in someone else's space doesn't feel as appealing as it used to. This isn't about avoiding people. It's about enjoying the peace of your own surroundings. In younger years, there's a constant urge to go out, attend events, and seek new experiences. But eventually, you realize that being out isn't always better than being home. There's joy in waking up in your own bed, sipping coffee from your favorite mug, and knowing the day will unfold just how you want it to. There's no need to match someone else's schedule or adjust to an unfamiliar space. You simply enjoy being where you belong. For some, visiting others means entering environments that don't feel welcoming. Maybe the noise is too much, the atmosphere too chaotic, or the seating uncomfortable. As you get older, your comfort starts to outweigh social expectations, and there's nothing wrong with that. Take Bill, for instance. He used to feel bad about saying no to invites, but whenever he did go, he found himself counting the minutes until it was over. The noise, the interruptions, the unfamiliar surroundings, it left him worn out. Eventually, he stopped forcing himself and instead invited people over on his own terms. Suddenly, socializing became something he looked forward to. Home feels like home for a reason. It's designed for you, filled with your favorite things, and allows you to move at your own pace without feeling like a guest. Choosing home more often isn't isolation. It's appreciating the comfort you've created. Now let's move to another realization that comes naturally with age. Not every relationship needs constant maintenance. Number 4. Valuing quality over quantity in your social life. In your younger years, social life often feels like a numbers game. More friends, more invites, more activity, more connection. But with time, you see that true fulfillment doesn't come from how many people you know, but from the depth of the relationships you keep. Many older adults no longer feel the need to socialize just for the sake of it, instead focusing on fewer but richer connections. There's no longer room for shallow friendships. You're not trying to impress or prove yourself, and you stop maintaining relationships that don't bring joy. Those who truly matter don't need constant visits or regular updates. They understand that friendship isn't about constant presence, but about showing up in ways that matter. Think about the casual acquaintances you've had over the years. People you saw out of convenience, habit, or obligation. How many of them truly brought value to your life? Probably not many. That's why, as you age, you let go of the need to keep so many connections. The bonds that last are built on trust, understanding, and appreciation, not routine or convenience. Nancy, for example, once felt she had to keep up with everyone to avoid being forgotten. But she eventually realized the people who cared didn't need constant reminders of her presence. She focused on the relationships where she could go weeks or months without contact and still feel close. Choosing quality over quantity doesn't mean cutting people off. It means prioritizing the connections that uplift you and letting go of the rest. Friendship isn't measured by how often you see someone, but by how you feel when you're with them. If you're still here, comment number 4 below and be sure to subscribe and turn on the bell so you won't miss more content that inspires and informs. Let's continue. Number 5. A change in priorities and personal reflection. As you get older, your view of life changes. The things that once seemed important, keeping up appearances, staying socially active, always being part of the group, start to fade. Your focus shifts to what genuinely matters. You see time as limited, and you make choices that bring peace, fulfillment, and happiness. For many, this means no longer visiting others just for the sake of it. Instead of filling time with activities that no longer bring joy, there's more appreciation for self-care, personal growth, and simply enjoying the moment. Some find it in reading, others in hobbies once put aside, and some in quiet reflection at home. Think about how often you've done things out of habit instead of interest. In younger years, you might have felt pressure to say yes to every invite and follow every social expectation. But now you have the freedom to choose differently, to focus on what truly brings joy, whether that's solitude, loved ones, or peaceful moments. Robert's story reflects this. Once the life of the party, he came to realize that solitude gave him more peace than constant socializing. He spent more time walking outdoors, reading long-postponed books, and reflecting on what made him truly happy. Instead of visiting just to maintain appearances, he accepted that being alone didn't mean being lonely. It meant controlling his time. This change isn't about rejecting people. It's about honoring yourself and choosing what feels meaningful. Now, let's explore why genuine friendships don't depend on constant visits. Number 6. Understanding that strong friendships don't require frequent visits. One of the clearest lessons age brings is that the best friendships survive distance and time. In youth, we may think relationships need regular maintenance, frequent calls, visits, and constant updates. But later, we see that true bonds don't fade just because life takes us in different directions. Families grow, priorities change, and routines shift, yet meaningful friendships remain. These relationships aren't based solely on being physically present. They're built on trust, mutual understanding, and an unspoken connection that doesn't need constant proof. Sometimes the closest friends are the ones you see only rarely, but when you do, it feels as though no time has passed. You don't need to prove loyalty through constant contact. It's already there. On the flip side, there may have been friendships where you visited often, yet they never truly fulfilled you. Take Eleanor's experience. She once felt bad about not visiting as often, fearing the bond would fade. But she found the opposite. Those who truly cared never made her feel guilty. They understood that friendship isn't about how often you see each other, but about showing up when it matters most. That's why many older adults stop visiting out of obligation, because real friendships don't demand constant presence. They give comfort, understanding, and strength that time apart can't weaken. If someone makes you feel guilty for not visiting often, it's worth asking if that's the kind of relationship you want to keep. If you're still here, comment number 6 below, and don't forget to subscribe with the bell turned on for more thoughtful videos. Final thoughts. As we close, think about the 6 reasons why visiting less often is nothing to feel bad about. Life changes, priorities shift, and our way of socializing evolves. Whether it's saving energy for meaningful moments, avoiding needless stress, enjoying the comfort of home, focusing on deeper connections, redefining priorities, or knowing that real friendships last without constant visits, all are valid reasons to choose wisely. One of the greatest freedoms of aging is living on your own terms. You're no longer pressured to maintain appearances, force interactions, or visit simply because it's expected. Instead, you spend time with people because you truly want to. Your worth isn't measured by how often you visit, but by how you nurture the relationships that matter. Those who truly care understand that love and friendship go beyond presence. As you focus on the bonds that uplift you, you'll be left with the connections that make life most meaningful. Thank you for joining today. Share in the comments one thing you've taken from this and how you'll apply it. We value your thoughts, and reading them motivates us. If this was helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. Your support helps us keep bringing you meaningful and inspiring content. We look forward to seeing you in the next video.